Here we are, a warm welcome to our worldwide viewing audience.
Indeed, from followers all around the world, yes.
Yeah, to the Outback Bound YouTube channel, please subscribe. Here we are with Dipendra, our security assignment, in front of the beautiful Hotel Everest.
Indeed.
In Kathmandu.
In Kathmandu.
So today we're heading to a remote airfield and we're going to fly into Lukla tomorrow. So we're ready and willing to go on, Stephen.
Heading to Ramachap, 4-hour drive I believe, and the heaving metropolis of Kathmandu is coming to life. And it was a lovely 9 degrees this morning as we first stepped out, chappie. Lovely morning.
Yep. So we're looking forward to heading off today.
Indeed, it'll be cracker.
All right.
I have three sons.
How old are they? How old are your sons? He's outstanding. Oh yeah. Nothing phases him.
I think you got to have the presence of mind is very important while you're driving. 5% Buddhist.
Yep.
Though I mean that would vary a bit now because now it's more secular. Previously, the king.
And the thing is, the nice pink building in the middle. Yeah. No, that's alright. Keep moving. Yeah, becoming this stuff.
You'll be actually on the other side. That's the road.
Come on, big fella.
And it's up. See how agile it is down there. It's up in a blink. Here we go. Stephen and I are heading on a summer air. We're at Mathali Remichat Airport, 4-hour drive from Kathmandu, and we're about to take off to Lukla, your beauty. Here we go, about to board. Here we go. Yes. Lukla Airport. This is the plane that Steve and I just took, and it's about to take off. 18 degrees. This airport is. Here we go. Just leaving Lukla with Kwande in the background, heading to Phad Ding on the first day of our walk with Downsy and our guide Dill. On we go! $70 kilos. Here we are, halfway between Lukla and Phad Ding. It's in the distance. Kumbala Mountain in the far distance. That's at the Namche Bazaar is at the bottom of that. So here we are in the beautiful Khumbu Valley on a perfect day, hardly a zephyr of breeze. Day one of trekking, Lukla to Phad Ding. Here we are at the Snowland Hotel and Restaurant for our first night's sleep.
And bit of dull, probably a bit of dull. Get it out, Nancy. Bit of dull, but.
Day two of our trek, Phad Ding to Namche. Here we are at the Everest Bakery at the base of Kwande Mountain. So maybe drop in for a quick donut before we make our 17k trip to Namche Bazaar. Down there, suspension bridge number 1.
Yeah, comes out.
Mid-morning on our walk from Phad Ding to Namche. Morning tea break, nice cup of tea in the sunshine. Guide Dill, Downsy of course, and the marigolds. The marigolds are all through this Khumbu Valley. Really amazing, beautiful spot. Nice snake, boy. Bill, you're okay if I keep walking?
Yes.
Yeah, I'll be careful. Halfway to Namche. Just a couple of comments I want to make. It's late November 2022. The weather is outstanding. Blue sky, hardly a zephyr for a breeze, warm in the middle of the day. The other thing you don't realise is how many villages and accommodation you walk through. You are constantly walking through the middle of guest lodges, accommodation, business. It's just not like some dusty track. And the other thing is it's actually quite difficult in the sense it's all past rocky, stony. So you got to take care, but you're strolling up anyway, enjoying the views and all the culture that surrounds you. We're now entering the national park, our World Heritage Area. So from here on, it's a unique and special part of the world, all the way through to Everest Base Camp. Suspension bridge number 3 for today. Okay, a quick tour of a lunch spot, a tea house. These are common as hen's teeth here on the Khumbu Valley Everest Base Walk. I'll quickly take you for a tour. We're not really tough on it, are we? Hello folks, we're about to climb, heading towards Namche. That is the big suspension bridge. We take the top one. It's going to be the scariest thing since I climbed Mount Bruce with my wife. You'll find that video, Karajini, on my YouTube channel, Outback Bound. Have a look at it, subscribe. Anyway, up we go, up those stairs. We've got about 600 meters to do, elevation into Namche. That was quite a climb, up a lot of steps. Here we go, the last bridge. Nearly there. Here comes Stephen and Dill. He's over halfway. How was it? How was it?
That is a hell of a long way down. Sweating like a gypsy, like with a mortgage, as I'd say. Jeez. Through the trees, first view of Everest. bad, Chappie.
We're at the end of day 2. We've gone from Phak Ding to Namche, 18 k's. We have climbed and climbed and climbed. We're now at over 3,400 metres. Mount Kosciuszko in Australia is 2,228 metres. So we are much, much higher. It's an amazing space. Here we are, our guest house. We'll show you a bit of around Namche. You've already got a taste of it. That was one great day's walk. Woke up, great night's sleep in Namche. This is the view out of our window. It's the beginning of day 3 of our trek. It's actually a acclimatisation day. We need to get used to being at this kind of altitude, but as it is, we're going for a walk up to the Everest View Hotel for a cup of coffee. Here we are, Namche Bazaar, first thing in the morning.
Got to climb 400, Chappie.
Got to climb 400 up, yep, to 3,800 metres, then back here for the night at Namche Bazaar. Spectacular spot. So here we go. Yeah, very well. Have a good day.
Thank you.
See ya. Get a hold of this. Steve Downs having a moment with Tina Arena in the mountains. Who is that guy? You kidding me? Okay now. Madness. The altitude's getting to us. We're above Namche with Kumbala behind us. But this is a centre for art. You may have heard that lots of rubbish was dumped on Everest and around Everest and base camp over the years, and there's been a clean-up. This centre here is where artists come and use the stuff that was dumped for art. This is the centrepiece. The leaves of this tree behind me were titanium from a helicopter that crashed at base camp in 2003. So there's a campaign to clean up the area. Conde, Jotsi, Everest, Lhotse, Amadablam, through to Kangaroo. Here we are. It is our rest day, but acclimatisation day, but it included a 2.5k climb with about 400 metres up to the Everest View Hotel. In a moment, Dill's in the background, Stephen's in the background. We'll show you the view of the mighty mountains here in the Himalaya. Here we are, Everest View, Amadablam to the right, Lhotse, and then the one in the background, the back, Everest, and Chotse to the left. Kumbala, who we've seen, what you have seen plenty of times. How's the weather? Time for a cup of coffee here at the Hotel Everest View, 3,888 metres.
우리가 가다 그 카페에 와서 쭉
Oh, another one coming. That's been a crazy few minutes. We didn't see coming. Even a dog. That's crazy town. See the dog over there? It's on the airfield security.
So we've actually ducked off piste here after being buzzed by choppers. Like you'll have a look at the footage. Unbelievable. We thought we were in Vietnam, but this here, to cut to the chase, is the Nepali national tree. It's a part of the rhododendron family, as we all familiar with that. And here we are, off the trail, and in native Nepali. Top stuff.
Believe it or not, behind me is an airfield. We're above Namche, a little bit below Mount Everest View Hotel. This airfield, rarely used, but it has a tragic story with it. Edmund Hillary's wife and daughter were flying to this airfield many years ago, and their airplane crashed. And Hillary's wife and daughter died. Just behind me, there's a memorial to Hillary's wife and daughter. Namaste. Back in Namche at the Tenzing Norgay Museum. You can see Tenzing Norgay, the first man to climb Everest with Sir Edmund Hillary. Amazing human being. And in the far off distance, the highest point at the back, with cloud coming off the top. Yes, that's it, Mount Everest. Stephen and I finished our 7k acclimatisation walk from Namche to Everest View and returned with a stop at the museum, which was really amazing to get a history of the Sherpa folks and the history of climbing Everest. Anyway, fascinating community and village here in Namche. A little bit more going on than some other places. So I'll just show you a little bit of shops and a few things going on. Gans and I ended up in the liquid bar for a lemon tea, watching the World Cup soccer. Day 4 of our trek, Namche to Tengboche. Tengboche is at 3,800 metres, and we're going to get closer to Amat de Blam. In the distance you can see Mount Everest and Lhotse. Time for morning tea. Nice black tea on the path. Scenery's not too shabby. That's Dill in Chitra. Chitra's our porter, he's carrying our bags. Oh, I'm sucking on a chopper chop. For any of you ever contemplating this walk, it's late November. I'm in a t-shirt and shorts. Plenty of sunscreen, good sunglasses, a hat. It's about 9, 10 in the morning. It's pretty warm. So, of course the nights get pretty cold. And gonna get colder as we go further and further up. There is Everest in the background and Amat de Blam and Tengboche. We're gonna go down into the valley and then climb back up. This is a 12k walk. For others of you who are wondering about how tough it is, well, we're only early, we're day 4, but the accommodation is good. We're not in the fancy tea houses that are 300 US a night. We're kind of stock standard, middle of the road kind of arrangement. So far, our little rooms that Stephen and I share, ensuite toilet. Now, getting a hot shower, maybe not so much, but we have had power and access to Wi-Fi. Pretty simple really. And it's been pretty impressive, even though we're only early days and it gets more remote as we go up. The other thing, wondering about the food is brilliant. So far, lots of variety, and for you coffee drinkers, we've found coffee so far all along the way. Just one suspension bridge today over the Koshi. Ready for lunch.
That's the Melbourne boys.
Aha. And that's our porter, Chitra, doing the work for us. Hey. So here I am in Tenboche, the climb out of lunch. We've done 530 metres in about 2.6 k's. Hard work. So it's an incredible spot. Come on, Stephen, a quick comment.
Well,
A quick one.
yeah, all good, mate.
It was tough though, wasn't it?
Yeah.
That was tough.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, here we are at Tenboche, which is at 3,860 metres. There is a Buddhist monastery here, built, I think, around 100 years ago. Behind me is Mount Everest to the left, Lhotse, Ama Dablam, which is at 6,600 metres, and then up there is Tam Serku, which we've been following up. So we're here for the night. It's an incredible spot. And also over there, that's Kumbula, which we've been seeing a fair bit of. So great day on the trail. Our room for the night in Tenboche. Not a bad view out the window of Everest, Lhotse and Ama Dablam. Dil, our guide, is a Buddhist, and he just took us on a tour through the monastery that was built in 1919. So we got to see a monk praying. Can't show you any of that footage. It's you're not allowed to take any film in there, but it was an interesting cultural experience. Sunset down the Khumbu Valley up to Tam Serku, and at sunset Ama Dablam, Lhotse and Everest. Wow, and it's starting to get cold. Day 5 of our trek, just after sunrise. Everest and Lhotse and Ama Dablam in the background. A bit breezier this morning, and a little nippy, but in our warm toasty sleeping bags, didn't get cold. We're about to head north up towards Everest Base Camp, but just as we leave, just looking back, you can see Kumbula and Konde, and in the distance there, in that ridge over there, that's where the Everest, Hotel Everest view was, and Namche Bazaar, just down where it's a bit more green. So it's the This morning sun has now hit that part of the mountain. We're still in the shadow, but soon enough we'll be heading to the north in that direction. Short day today. I think we're just going, I don't know, 5 or 6 k's or so. First suspension bridge of the day. The skyline on that knob up there is the Nepal mountain goat. Here we are, Pangboche, elevation 3,906 metres. Just a short day today, spectacular walk. Every day is a spectacular walk here. I'm going to take it easy before we head off again tomorrow and have a look around at some of the sights of Pangboche. As you get further up the Khumbu Valley, the accommodations gets less and less, as you can see. But that's not our accommodation. It's here at the Eco Holiday Lodge Pangboche with Ama Dablam up there looking over us. So our accommodation here in Pangboche is more like this. So fairly basic, but still pretty nice. So there we have a toilet that we share with room number 112. We're room 111, pretty basic facilities. My bed, Downsy's bed, and then our little balcony. So Stephen's out there, there's my cup of tea, Conde near Namche in the background. So this is where we get to spend the afternoon and tonight. Pretty good, eh? It's late afternoon on day 5. Dill's taking us up on a acclimatisation walk. We've just cracked over 4,000 metres. Tower Shay's behind me, looking towards Everest and Lhotse. Ama Dablam over towards Kantanga and Tamsurku, and then looking down the valley, the Khumbu Valley, to Pangboche with Conde in the distance. How's this for a spot for a nice afternoon walk? Beginning of day 6, we've just left Pangboche. Half day to Dingboche. So we're going to climb up to 4,200 metres where we're going to stay a couple of nights. Ama Dablam in the background, there's Lhotse ahead, continuing through the Khumbu Valley. We're told there's going to be a lot less trees, it's going to get colder. Dingboche, the water freezes overnight, and windier. So might have to get some serious clothing happening after today. I'm still in my shorts, even though I think most people think that's a little odd, and I am a little odd. You can hear the sounds of the Dut Koshi River, the primary river that runs up the Khumbu Valley below.
Then slash to the way heading up.
Yes. Yep.
Brown over there.
Yep. Up
Then
there.
tomorrow we're heading hiking.
Up there.
And up in the background, Lhotse. This is the Perichet Dingboshe intersection. In the background there's Dingboshe, our destination for today. By the time we get there, it would have taken us about 3 hours, 7 kilometres. We've climbed about 300 metres. I think the elevation at Dingboshe is about 4,200 metres. It's been an awesome walk. Steve and I put our hands in the Dut Koshi. My goodness me, it was freezing cold. But we are now following this valley. This is the Imja River. The Dut Koshi's over that way. That's Lhotse in the background. Steve and I are in Dingboshe, and this is where we're staying the next 2 nights as we acclimatise. Hotel Chomalangma, which is the Tibetan for Everest, Mount Everest. So as you can see, the setting's incredible, and Lhotse with the cloud coming off, Ama Dablam out of our window, and Tamsurku there, and then Tower Boshe in the distance. And there, of course, is my guy Dill in my cool green POG sunglasses. And I'll quickly show you what the dining room's like. A quick view of the dining room. So that's where Stephen and I will be eating the next couple of nights. We actually had our lunch today outside here in the sunshine with 3 baby yaks. Day 7, acclimatisation day. Dingboshe overnight, it got that bit colder. Seriously, we're going to go on an acclimatisation walk initially on the path to Loboshe, even though we go tomorrow to there. We're going to climb that hill up to about 4,800 metres. You can see Lhotse and Island Peak in the distance, and just to give you a bit of an idea of how cold it was last night, there you go, bit of ice forming. We're above Dingboshe on our acclimatisation walk. That's Tower Boshe behind me. Off in the distance, Loboshe, down the Dut Koshi towards Loboshe, and then heading this way, Lhotse, Island Peak in the middle, the lower one at 600 metres, and then we've got Ama Dablam, but off in the far distance, the one highest and furthest away, Makalu, the 5th highest mountain in the world, at over 8,500 metres. 10 subscribers, Downsy. Oh, look. I just want to make a comment about trekking poles. For those of you who think you're tough or you've got a lot of pride, now Stephen and I are middle-aged men, but let me tell you, they're worth their weight in gold. 4 points of contact, take weight off your knees, whether you're going up or down. You just adjust them to shorter going up, longer going down. We reckon they're a winner. So if you're wondering, bring trekking poles. It's the beginning of day 8 and we're back in the main Khumbu Valley along the Duke Cushy. We're in yak country and we're heading to Loboshay. We're going up from 4,300 metres to 4,900 metres. I've got some serious clothing on today, even though it's starting to warm up in the middle of the day. There are the lads down there with Taoboshay, Loboshay east in the distance. So we expect to see some yak through this valley. And one of the industries around here, well, of course it's so cold, frozen overnight, is collecting yak dung, drying it out for your wood stove or your dung stove. So Westerners, get a grip. It's all good, and it doesn't stink, keeps you warm. It's really essential. So we're looking forward to going up to 4,900 metres. You would have gathered watching this video, there's a lot of helicopter action. I'll give you an idea. In October, which is the peak trekking month up here to Everest Base Camp, 10,000 people go through the checkpoint to Sagarmatha National Park and only 5,000 walk out. That's 5,000 people who get on a chopper at Base Camp or Gorakshep or Loboshay or wherever, and who fly back out. So half in October walked out. Halfway along our walk to Loboshay. That's Taoboshay there, and Chalotsi there, and Loboshay East Mountain. Have no idea what that one is. Amadablam, known as the two mothers, and then Kantanga and Tam Serku, and down in the Khumbu Valley, and you can see Dil and Downsy down there waving. Here we are, the Duke Cushy at Chukla, crossing our bridge. Heading that way for lunch. Structurally leaves a little bit too tired. Chukla for lunch, 4,600 metres with the lads, Chitra, Dil, Downsy. Here's our lunch. Stephen, the tuna sandwich and chips. Brandon, the veg.
Noodles.
Thukpa.
Yeah, it's thukpa.
Thukpa, that's what it is. Had our lunch. You see a trail up through there? That's where we're heading. Bit of our climb after lunch. at this little plateau at Atukla before we go into Lobishay, there are these memorials to Sherpas who have lost their lives climbing these great summits. For those of you who love these adventure books, one of the most famous books of all, of course, is John Krakauer's Into Thin Air. He's also written that famous book Into the Wild. Into Thin Air is about the great 1996 tragedy on Everest, which included the death of American Scott Fisher. And here's his memorial here. What time is it? Chubba chub time. No,
Chubba time, yeah.
Don't look at your watch. I think it was Scott Fisher who said, "It's not the altitude, man, it's the attitude." Well, feeling the altitude a bit. Khumbu Valley, looking through Nupsy on the right, Pumori on the left, Lobishay East. So Kalapatar's in there somewhere. That's what we'll be climbing in a few days' time to get our best look at Chumalangma. Made it to Lobishay, 4,910 metres. It was a bit tough coming in. It's cold. Nupsy in the background. We're here for the night. Tomorrow we press on to Everest Base Camp. Well, it's day 9. This is our big push day we've been preparing for. Look back down the valley, we're in the shadow. You can see Chalotsi and Tower Bachet. It was a tough night sleeping at 4,900 metres. I got a good 3 hours at one point and then 2.5 at another, tossing and turning. Breathlessness. It's pretty difficult up this height. We've taken off. Our guide Dill's got us up early. We've taken off at 7:15 and it's serious clothing today. Buffs and beanies, the big puffer jacket, base layers. I'm wearing longs today. Got it all going on, even gloves. So we're going quite well. We're heading to Gorak Shep and then on to base camp. Pumori, Nupsy. On we go. Getting closer to Gorak Shep. Stephen and Dill are chatting. Pumori in the background. The Khumbu Glacier is below. And Nupsy there. And then you can see back down the valley. That brown hill behind, that's the Kalapatar hill. With the trail to Kalapatar. Seems like all the quarry behind there is Gorak Shep. And in the distance, that's the famous Khumbu Icefall. Phase 1 of our big day, Lobishay to Gorak Shep. Gorak Shep's at about 5,140 metres. You can see the Khumbu Icefall in the distance. To walk up to Kalapatar, and you might be able to see a yellow helicopter. Khumbu Icefall at the base to the front. Khumbu Glacier down the Khumbu Valley. We're getting closer and closer to Everest Base Camp. You can see more of the Khumbu icefall, and I just want to say something about our wonderful helpers. Stephen and I booked with Chola Adventures. The boss of that company is Nima Lama, who work with Australian adventure businesses up here to Everest Base Camp for more than 20 years. He understands Australians, and we know there's two types of people on the earth: Australians and people who want to be an Australian. Australia is everyone's second favourite country. Anyway, I want to say something about our man Dill. He's been our guide. He has been our pace setter. He's given us advice. He's been our dietitian. He has been our educator all the way along. He's explaining this and that and the pace we go and which mountain's which and how it all works. So we can't speak highly enough of Chola Adventures. You'll find how you contact them on the bottom of the screen. But if you're ever considering doing this, get in touch with Chola, Dill, and our man over there, Chitra, who is our porter. Awesome. So it's been the four of us, and it's been really great.
Thank you.
We're getting close now to Everest Base Camp. You can see the towers of ice in the Khumbu icefall, and in the back, in the middle, peeking out from behind, Chomolungma Sagarmatha, which our Westerners call Mount Everest. Chomolungma is Tibetan, and Nepali is Sagarmatha. There it is above that lake thing, eh? Doesn't have a jumping pillow, so I'm sorry for those people looking to camp there with their kids. It's pretty stark.
Hello guys, how are you? You made it, base camp?
Right,
You made it just here, base camp?
Yeah, 10 metres to go.
Yeah.
Don't want to overcook it.
Don't do an ankle now.
Don't want to overcook it.
Woohoo! Well done, guys.
Yeah.
This way, this way.
Dill even brought tea and biscuits
Yeah.
at Everest Base Camp after our epic adventure. Well, Stephen and I made it, and had the chaos of getting a photo. Maury in the background. That one in the middle at the back there, Changche, is actually in Tibet. You can't see Everest actually from here. Hopefully we'll see and get a photo of it later. Nupsy. So here we are, Everest Base Camp. Imagine pitching your tent here. Okay, have a look. Yeah, seriously. And that is the Khumbu icefall, the most dangerous part of climbing Everest. 8-story high towers of ice that can collapse at any time. We won't be doing that. As a postscript of our trek to Everest Base Camp, we're going to climb up here, Kalapata, which is the little mountain, brown one here. Pomora is above it. We're definitely not climbing that. But up here on Kalapata, you can get the best views of Everest, because you actually can't see Everest from base camp. So we're doing this all on this day 9, and get our best photos towards sunset, and That'll be the end of our trip up. Nupsi's just had 2 avalanches while we've been climbing Kalapata. You can see the smoke, dust, for want of a better word, down the bottom of Nupsi now. And then looking up at Chomolungma, Sagarmatha, Mount Everest, you'll see the moon just rising off to the right of it. So there's always something going on. Yeah, now it's working.
It's Kalapata and Kumari, 7,200. Next, Lintren, Kumbuche, Changri, Lola, Everest, Nupche, Brand, the Bread, Nupche, Shida Kumbu Glacier, Amadablom, Kangtega, Tamserku, Tauche, Choloche, Labuje East, and Chitra, and Big Man, Big Boss.
So we come to the end of day 9. Up Kalapata to get the best view we can of the highest point on the planet. That's it at the back there, with the moon sitting above. Chomolungma in Tibetan, Sagarmatha in Nepalese, Mount Everest to us Westerners. It's been a great journey these last 9 days. We're going to put an end to our video now. I know it's been an epic, it's gone forever. Well done for lasting this long. We're going to do a sequel about our trip back. It's been 9 days up, it's going to be 4 days back, but this is enough for the time being. If you're looking for other interesting videos, particularly in the Australian outback, go to my YouTube channel, Outback Bound, and you'll find some interesting stuff. It's been an amazing journey. Thanks for being a part of it.